This is the 5 Point Play podcast, the diehard Duke basketball fans podcast. AC, do you know what an actual belt to ass is? Do you have any idea what that is? It's not a 3 point win at the
I
buzzer.
mean, yeah, no, I've never experienced one personally as a Duke
Right.
fan or
Well,
whatever,
you know
but
what it is?
yeah.
It's when the game is 47-44, and then all
hmm
of a sudden the game is 71-46. That's what a belt to ass is.
When you're celebrating that you covered the spread and
Right.
the spread was 15 and a
AC,
half,
AC, there's
you're
a
doing
reason.
the wrong thing.
AC, there's a reason I went to you for this because all their fans for basically the last month have been telling you about the Caleb Wilson and beating Duke and felt the
North
ass,
Carolina right now.
and then all of a sudden they're now happy. But to be fair to them, I will give them credit. They did say that that was their Super Bowl, and we said it here on the podcast afterwards. I
hmm
said it was their Super Bowl, just using their own words,
hmm
and that once March 7th came, we were going to blow them out of the door, like
hmm
out of the Cameron Indoor Stadium. Like that's exactly what happened. So you can say, oh, well, we covered the spread because we had our walk-ons in and we lost two starters and all these other things. But we did exactly what I said we would do.
hmm
We destroyed North Carolina. That's
hmm
exactly what I said was going to happen. That's what happened. But we're talking right now, AC, about the number one team in the country,
hmm
29-2, undefeated again at home, undefeated last year at home. We're also talking about the ACC Coach of the Year, finally. We're talking about the ACC Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year.
That's a clean sweep.
Well, it's not a clean sweep, Jack, because we should have
Not a
gotten
clean sweep.
the Most Improved Player of the Year with. I'm not even sure. I don't actually. I think they got it right. Slim
I
shouldn't have
agree.
been.
They did.
Slim shouldn't have
Not
been, but like
Juke Harris went from like 7 points to 20
Right.
points or something like that.
But
That's
either
like
way, like
Grayson Allen won it his sophomore year from his sophomore year after the freshman year.
well, that makes more sense, right?
It's
But
the same thing. It's that type of a leap with Juke Harris. He had an
Mhm.
incredible season. He earned that. But
the key word that you said there, though, is elite, and that's exactly what Duke is. Duke is
elite.
elite. And AC, like, we talk about standard, right? Why are we the standard? Why is it, oh, Duke's not the standard? Well, why are you in my mentions, right? Why are you in my mentions on Twitter? Why are you over here talking about, what we're doing? Why we didn't
Mhm.
push the court? Why we didn't, talk about the foul distribution? Wait, hold on. Why are Carolina fans in your mention on Twitter right now talking about the referee? Why is that? Oh,
Well, they're not in there right now.
Now it matters. Oh, now. I see.
They're not in there right now because they got the ass beat.
And why is it now?
They're very quiet right now.
Why is it now that Caleb Foster goes down? We can't win it all now because I was told.
I thought guard play was our weakness.
I was told that Caleb Foster was not a national championship type of point guard.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just so many things here that we always talk about moving the goalposts. The goalposts are they might as well be in
They're on
Thailand.
wheels at this point.
They might as well be in Thailand at this point. Like I don't even.
They're on wheels.
Oh, like so. Like right now for Duke, is kind of head down, and we're gonna get into the Carolina game. We're gonna get into our reactions to the season. We're gonna get into obviously the awards that we just mentioned. We're gonna get into the Carolina game, and we're gonna give our preview for the ACC tournament. But AC, I'm gonna give you the floor because you've dealt with the entire season, the spaces that you hold on Twitter, and all the opposing fans, the UConn fans, the Carolina fans, the Kentucky fans. I don't even know if they're going to make the tournament. All these different, fans that are coming through. Why is Duke the standard? Just explain to the people that don't clearly understand why. I don't think that we're going to get the mentions. I just don't think we're going to get the mentions. I don't think we're going to get the comments for this episode.
No, nobody's watching this episode because we won.
Nobody's watching. They're going to watch when we lose, but they're not going to watch this one. I guarantee it.
If you are, though, thank you for your engagement. It helps us out
And
very much.
please
Shout out to all of our
Subscribe.
viewers,
We're
our
almost
incredibly
there.
awesome,
100%.
loyal viewers. We're on that road
100%.
to 500 subscribers on YouTube. Subscribe.
Yeah, no, it when you produce the most professionals in your profession, you get to say that you're the top of the heap, right? Harvard, everything else. We are what Harvard is to business, Duke is to basketball. It's just if you don't send if Duke wants you to come and you don't send your kid there, and you let your agent let the kid go somewhere else, like
That's on
shame
you.
on you. Like it's on you. Good job. Like I hope you find your way wherever else you go. But I don't understand why I don't understand how this can go south at this point. Like this is just what John Shires put together, what the program has done. Rachel Baker, Nina King, what they have set up. Like we are ahead of everything. We're always ahead of everything. It's insane. It's insane. It makes it easy to be a fan, but like we let other fans dictate how our happiness too much. Like we should not be upset at all about anything. Like this is an awesome time to be able to watch college basketball.
Yeah, DH, I know that you want to definitely expand on what AC said about the fans. I know I've seen you talk about that, but just from a fan's perspective, like tell Duke fans, because Duke fans are the only ones going to listen right now, because the
Of course.
haters they're not going to be coming out of the woodwork until until we lose. So
I mean, Duke fans are the only fans we care about anyway. So that we speak to who deserves our attention. Yeah, I mean it's a great time. Like you think about the context of the last. I'd say the last. I mean, since John's tenure and even the back end of last year, right, or the last K year. Yes, I mean we have to acknowledge how it ended. But think about how great that Paolo team was. That Paolo and Mark and Wendell and that team and Jeremy Roach. It was good to hear that Jeremy Roach was in the building this weekend. I
yeah,
heard
that was
about
huge.
that. That's
Sure.
I wish I had seen a picture or something like that. I mean, that's oh captain, my captain, right? But that's what I'm saying. Like even that in and of itself is something to speak on. He gave his heart and soul to a program, and then by all accounts, he did what he needed to do. They went separate ways, right, for the mutual good of both parties, and for him to have enough cachet and enough open arms back at Duke in an era where people leave disgruntled most of the time. To know he can come back and catch a Duke Carolina game and still be welcomed with open arms, it says a lot about the culture. It says a lot about the program and what's really valuable, what really matters. Um, you know, this has been an outstanding season, y'all. Like, I think back to our preview episode, and I know how many. I'm pretty sure I said like 5 or 6 losses on the
Yeah,
season.
me
I'm
too.
pretty sure I said right. And I swore they were gonna have a boneheaded game where this lost to somebody random, and here we go, where you have a team who's met every. They haven't been perfect, but they've met every gut check between the ears benchmark that you could ask a team that is so young to meet and overcome, and they've grown incredibly. Every individual I can point to, every individual on the team has grown. Whatever this get what you need individual work that they've been doing over the course of the year individually and collectively has done wonders. Guys have taken on new roles, are excelling in old roles. I mean, with the exception of course, we'll probably get to it. With the exception of injury concerns, like there's no other thing that we really can be upset about. Number one defense, top 4 offense. I think if I last checked, the best resume and record in the country with the best schedule in the country, for the best player in the country and the best coach in the country. Like, what else is there to really be upset about, TK?
Yeah, there's nothing to be upset about other than obviously the aforementioned elephant in the room here, which is the injuries. And I didn't really want to, kind of lead off the show with this, but I think a lot of Duke fans kind of want to know what's going on, right? So obviously with Caleb Foster, I just can't express to you how much I hate it for him. This is 2 out of 3 years now.
Breaks my heart.
With a foot injury, right before the tournament. Obviously, Big Pat AC, the family a little bit, he's a Paul the 6th guy. It's not the same situation, right? So kind of expand a little bit if you can with what's going on with Big Pat.
I mean, just from what we've heard, I think what we heard is what a lot of people have heard so far is just that he's going to be out through the ACC tournament, probably into the NCAA tournament. I think if Duke can get by the first 2 rounds without having to play Pat, they will try to do that. A lot of it obviously depends on who we get matched up with and how comfortable John feels with the scout on those teams. If we can get by, if Malik gets into foul trouble, if Cam gets into foul trouble, whatever. But yeah, he'll be an emergency player only, I think, for that through the first weekend of the NCAA tournament.
Let me phrase it this way: if the Carolina game was the Final Four this past Saturday,
yeah,
would he have played?
Yeah, they would have shot the juice in his foot and he would have played.
Right.
But I mean, honestly, that's what would have happened. But with this thing, it could be anywhere from just pain management to an actual stress fracture. So I think they're just gonna treat it as gently as they can. I mean, Pat foregoed, however you say it, surgery in the summer. He forsaken the surgery, so that he had an off season with the team, and he achieved that. And you saw, he was in the boot through August through September, and I believe he didn't play at Countdown this year, right?
Correct.
So I mean, they were giving him as much rest into the season as they could. He's played throughout the season. He's kind of been kept at a minute restriction for the most part, and now this is an opportunity for them to sit him if necessary. So they seem to deem it necessary. They've already said he's not playing in the ACC tournament, so obviously it's something enough to warrant him sitting. But they have also come out and said that if this is a situation that he is needed, then he will play.
Right, and I think that's pretty much what most Duke fans have to take away from this, is that in need, he's ready to go.
Mhm.
If not, if we don't have to play him, we're not going to. Don't worry, like, he's not going to go try to make a dunk in practice and break his hand. We're just gonna make sure that he's all right, Jack. Let's turn this thing into more of a positive, though. Just kind of give your season overview of the regular season. I think I said I'm going to echo DH. I think I had 5 or 6 losses. I'm dumbfounded by what this team did, not because I don't think they're good enough, but I never knew how good we were. I just knew we knew how to win. 29-2. If you had told me that before the year, I would have said you're crazy.
I would have said the same thing, TK. I mean, I think I said 35-5 or 36-4 in the preseason episode. I'll have to go back and check that, but I mean, those 2 losses is a gigantic difference. This is a team that has been able to play close for the most part and has been able to not, with a couple of exceptions, not play with their food, and has continued to just put their foot on the gas and put their foot on the throat of the opponent. The defense has been absolutely smothering, with the exception of that stretch after the Michigan State game and going into the first half of the game in Berkeley. They seem to have figured out what was wrong. This is an amazingly good basketball team. There is an argument that they are better than last year's team. They are better than the 2019 team, 99, 86. You name that team, this team would probably hold them to less than 70 points. And I'm talking about some of the most explosive teams in Duke history. That's look. It sounds insane. Does it not sound insane? No,
it does.
No.
It sounds a little nuts.
It sounds a little
nuts,
doesn't it?
But
this is a
but
team.
the argument's there. That's the thing.
I mean, yeah,
every team Duke has played.
I can't say you're wrong.
Every single team Duke has played, with the exception of Florida State and Texas Tech, has been held to, I believe, more than 10 less than their scoring average. Most opponents have been held to 20 below their scoring average. This is not normal.
No, it's not normal.
This is not normal at all. This is...
Jack, like, that speaks to the...
I don't even know what to say.
We come back to the defense all the time on this podcast, where no matter what happens offensively for Duke, defensively we're so good that's what you're talking about, where we're holding teams to 10, 15, 20 plus under their scoring average. It's why, like, we go back to the, the Virginia prediction, right? AC, like, it had nothing to do with who we were playing. It's about us. It's about what Duke is doing. And so, obviously losing Caleb Foster is massive for this team. And it's not just on the court. Like, I know he averages, what is it, 8.7 points a game or something like that.
9, 5, and 3, I think.
Okay, so his points are what they are, and his stats are what they are, but his leadership is obviously what has been paramount to this team. And with him out, his leadership is going to be needed more than ever. He's going to have to really say, you know what, I'm not going out like that. You guys are representing me, and I'm going to give you everything that I have, even though I can't go out there and suit up, to get you guys ready to play this game. Whether it's scouting, whether it's pep talks, whether it's things during the game that I can tell you, whatever it is. But I do believe, and I think you do as well, that even without Caleb Foster playing, we have enough to go all the way.
Yeah, and I know DH has some thoughts on this too. I'll get to him real quick, because I don't have a lot to say. I've already seen like speculation on, like, people online are already like, okay, how many minutes a game now does Jack Scott get? Stop. We lost one player on a team that's already deep. Like, I think this conversation of depth is just tiring, and I think, like, people,
no pun intended.
Right. Like, people feel like you have to have 10 to 11 guys, and that's not the case. Like,
8's enough.
You think that every single one of our championship teams, they didn't play any more than 8. And then some of the Final Four teams and teams that made it to title games after that played 8, at most 9, in the title game. Like, it's just not done. And the guys that we have to replace what Caleb gives us, it's not like we're trying to replace. It's not like Nick Hamini is trying to be a center. Like, Nick Hamini now gets to be a guard, which is what he is. Like, Caden gets to take over in a role where he's already comfortable. He's been groomed to do it. And now he gets to play with his brother. And you already heard him talk about this is his last regular season that he ever gets to play with his brother. Like, they're going all out with this thing, man. Like we're okay. Like, it's 25 minutes a game that we're replacing. We're not replacing the irreplaceable. Caleb Foster has done so many great things to him. It's gonna sound like I'm saying that he's not worth it for us. No, Caleb Foster has been amazing for us. You don't replace his leadership and his consistency. You just don't replace that. What you do is you find somebody who can give you those roles in different ways now. You have to scheme some things. So having a week off to prepare for the ACC tournament without Pat and without Caleb is important. And we're going to take that week to use it into going into the NCAA tournament week as well. So we're going to have 2 weeks of being able to work without these guys. That works in our favor. Like, that's very helpful, because now Nick Hamini can slide anywhere from the 4 to the 1. If Cam has to play because Malik is in foul trouble, then so be it. He can play the 5, and we'll make it work for small stretches.
AC, your dream of Nick being the starting PG in the championship game.
I just don't like how we got here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. I want to be abundantly clear, but
but we're here. But I'm just saying, like, obviously Caden is the obvious 1-for-1 replacement in the starting lineup at the very least, and then we'll go from there. Like, more time for Nick, more time for our guys on the bench, more time for Dame on the floor now, which is what everybody has wanted and screamed for. So, like, it's 25 minutes, and you're splitting 25 minutes among everybody from Isaiah Evans all the way to Darren Harris. So you're talking about five guys in the backcourt who are going to earn some extra minutes off the 25 that we lose with Caleb. So it's not like we're in dire straits. I would be much more like, and Pat's obviously out, but it's the indications that he's going to play again. I'd be much more worried if they were like Pat and Ngongba, like done. That'd be more worrisome, because a game with foul trouble that's it. But if nobody's in foul trouble and we just play the game straight up, we're good. But obviously there's going to be fouls. There's going to be those types of things in games. So we just got to work through it. And we have depth. We have the depth to make it happen. I don't think we have to go crazy and say Cam Sheffield and Jack Scott are going to now be in the starting lineup.
Put some respect on Duke.mbb Instagram follower Jack Scott.
Just saying, man. Just saying. Like, I'm seeing this online.
He had a nasty East Bay in practice, apparently, that's making his rounds on the internet, too.
Did you not see that? It was between the legs.
Yeah, nice little East Bay. Nice little East Bay. Very much an athlete. And I think also big. I think not bigger than all of it, but alongside of everything that AC is saying, we also have John Scheyer, right? And ACC Coach of the Year, John Scheyer, we can officially say, right? So he definitely deserves his honor for that. But I think, to AC's point, I mean, it's 25 minutes. I think, we said this on Spaces after the game. Caden can pretty much give you the 9, 5, and 4 you're going to get from Caleb. He's not going to be able to give you the experience necessarily, and he's not going to be able to give you the experience and the defense, the same defensive principles that Caleb has forged over time, right? I think Caden, to his credit though, has vastly improved on the defensive end. I'm not going to go, I'm as much of a stats guy as I am. I think some of that on and off split stuff can be a little misleading. I think if you use your eyes, you can kind of tell that Caleb is the stronger defender than Caden is at this particular stage of the development. But I think that makes sense. You have a junior who has 20 pounds and experience on Caden. But I think even in the Carolina game, we saw a few things that John has not necessarily deployed necessarily. Like, we were much more aggressive in the passing lanes in a way that we haven't been all season against Carolina. And sure, this is matchup dependent, right? But Carolina wasn't known for being a high turnover team. They'd been susceptible, but they weren't necessarily known as a high turnover. To my understanding and knowledge, they weren't turnover prone on a game by game basis. And Dame and Malik just made them look silly. Right. And I think they were much more aggressive. They blew up the short roll. They blew the ability to double and hedge and recover and for those guards not to know what's on the way, whether he's going to stay there and double or them trap in the corner, or they were going to hedge and recover. The X out on the backside was fantastic. The communication was great. So I think that there's a lot more aggressiveness that John is going to be able to deploy in a lineup that has Malik at the 5 to try to keep the ball out of the post to kind of take away your 7-footer. Because if he's not mobile enough to make quick decisions on the dribble and the short roll, he's kind of in trouble. And you have to have a guard that's going to be able to get that pass there without Dame or Malik blowing it up, right? And I think that's what they did a lot on Saturday, which was a bit of a change schematically than what we had seen in the past when you're dealing with Pat down low. So I think that there's ways for John. I think Duke's defensive principles and basics are so sound. The communication, the attention to detail, the scout, the ability to adjust their defensive game plans based on opponents and still be equally as good defensively. I think all of those things make me confident enough to know that we can stay afloat until those guys get back. At least Pat, we're unsure about Caleb, but at least Pat.
Yeah, I think the other thing, Jack, is the one thing that kind of comes to my mind right away is that with Pat out and with Caleb out is Dame and Malik are going to be on the court at the same time. Those are the two best.
Oh my God, that is a scary thought.
Those are the two best defenders in the country.
Oh, that is a scary thought, TK.
So you think about it from that standpoint. When everything else, try to figure yourself out. Not that it necessarily needs to, but you're not scoring. Your opponent's not scoring. That's the one thing that you can take away. Because, honestly, Caleb is a phenomenal on-ball perimeter defender. You take him out, you put in Caden, who, to DH's point, is improving. There's no question. Not the level of Caleb Foster, but
it's not the same.
That's a high bar, right? But at the same time, you do have Malik Brown and Dominic Sarr on the court at the same time.
Yeah.
For 28 minutes a night.
That's terrifying.
Good luck with that.
I can't eat.
That's good luck to you.
It goes back to what I said about the defense earlier. I don't have words. That is so scary.
You love the D.
No way.
No, it's a safe space. No, it's a safe space.
This is a safe space podcast.
Right. You can say that you love Duke's D tonight.
Whew.
I'm gonna get a text from Derek. I got a bunch of texts from Derek after the last episode. He was live reacting
Was it really?
It was so funny. But shout out Derek. I know you're gonna be watching or listening to this one. If you guys don't know, Duke Blue Samurai on Twitter, one of my favorite follows over there. Great dude.
That
I
may
gotta
be
see if I
May or
can
may
fighting
say
a
it
not
good
be
now.
fight.
seeing
That's
him
funny.
on the podcast in the not too distant future.
You be fighting a good fight, boy.
But
Mhm.
I know I'm gonna get a text about what you just said, TK. And what I'm gonna say is
I'm not
that
saying it was
Duke's
intentional, but it was intentional.
defense is. I'm gonna use a John Rothsteinism that he has used to refer to Virginia.
Bums.
Oh no.
No, a thing of beauty.
Oh.
Oh no.
That's what he
Rothstein.
called the
Basketball's a thing
Tony.
of beauty.
That's what he called Tony Bennett's UVA team, and
It's true.
Now I do
Sure did.
think it'll look. I think
It's
things will
Duke's
look a little
defense now.
different.
Yeah.
I think things will look a little different than what we've been doing.
Yep.
Because you have to spare Malik as much as you can. You have to spare
Yeah.
Cam as much as
Yeah.
you can. So you can't leave them out on an island. So I don't know that we're gonna switch much with them at least while Pat's out. I don't know that we're gonna do much switching with them.
We did see in the pit game a little bit of without Pat, a little bit of that.
Yeah,
They didn't switch as much.
Right, and we've had stretches all year because Pat's averaged about 25 minutes a game,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. He's kind of been on that minute restriction
Yeah,
anyway.
it's like a
so,
soft minute limit. Yeah.
Yeah, so the team without Pat is good. The team with Pat obviously is elite, but the one thing that we know for sure is that we can't afford foul trouble. We just can't. So I think and this is not a high turnover creation team anyway. We only I think we turned teams over 386 times this year, which is average at best. We're not a high volume turnover team, so we don't rely on it. So it's not like the heart and soul of our defense.
They make teams miss.
Yeah, the heart and soul of our. It's not like the heart and soul of our defense is like changed because we're losing these players. Like the defense is the same. That's the beauty of this team, and that's the beauty of the roster construction John has created with this particular group. Is that no matter who's out or no matter what lineup combinations you put on the floor, you're gonna play the game basically the same way. So from a continuity standpoint, not only is it not necessarily the end of the world to lose these players, but when and if they do come back, it's not like we're reintegrating something that doesn't necessarily work. Like we're just reintegrating something that we already had and already know, very well. So no major concerns with it other than we just can't afford foul trouble.
Yeah, I think that's the one, I guess, now Achilles heel, right, is that we can't afford foul trouble. I do want to shift back a little bit to the Carolina game because I definitely want to talk about the ACC tournament. I know we're going to cover that, but I don't want to gloss over the whoa. We got a special
TK. I need you to say what you said about the defense earlier.
No, it's no more.
It's no longer a safe space.
But
yo, Pops.
We got Coach P. The P tonight stands for preacher, right?
Yeah, today.
What about tonight?
Pops, you needed to hear what
Well, no,
what TK said earlier about Duke.
Jack snitching. Jack is snitching.
Yo,
Jack. Some truths just need to be told, fam.
What do you say?
Just need to be told.
It's not worth.
You need to say it again, TK.
You got to listen to the full podcast, Pobs, and so we got Coach P. P stands for preacher tonight, and we were just about to segue into talking about the Carolina game, Pobs.
Okay.
And obviously, the game kind of went the way I thought it would until kind of toward the end of the first half where we got a little bit sloppy there. But once the game, got to that 47-44, right? That's kind of that magic number when Duke went on the 24-2 run. What did Duke do other than just ramp up and say, fuck this, we're just going to win? What did Duke do schematically? What did John do? What did Dame do? What did Malik do? They just said, you know what? Nah, not tonight.
They just ramped up the pressure on certain players on North Carolina. I think they did a good job of attacking certain players, especially Luka Bogovic. When he got the ball, they just straight up attacked him. You know what I mean? And they knew that would fuel, give them some turnovers and it fueled runs. And so I think that's what they did mostly. They did what they always do, man. I don't think they did anything special other than they really, Dame really, really, really harassed Luka Bogovic to the point that he was kind of like he was passing him the ball, like he was just giving the ball to him, like he was handing the ball off, like he was a quarterback. Man, I was like, yo, what is dude doing, man? I was like, yo, they need to send Luka Bogovic to Iran, and then get him the F up out of North Carolina, bro. Like I felt bad for North Carolina because I felt like I don't know, man. Like everybody kept saying he's a sleeper agent or whatever, and I'm like, yo. I started thinking about it. I was like, yo,
He was just sleeping.
this dude might have went to North Carolina, but really wanted to go to Duke the way he was playing. I mean, some of those passes were egregious, bro. I mean, it wasn't even. It didn't look like It looked like he was trying to pass the ball to Dame, bro. On some of them, like he was trying to give him the rock, bro. I was like, yo, what's going on, bro? I'm like, is this dude an undercover FBI agent, bro? Like, for real, bro? Like, shit
it was ugly. It was really ugly.
Yeah, it was crazy though, bro. I mean, am I crazy to say that, bro? Like some of those passes were, if somebody on Duke passed the ball like that, I think we would fucking have a heart attack. Like literally,
we wild out. We wild out.
Yeah, straight up, bro. Like, I mean, some of these passes were like, hey, I'm looking right at you. Here's the ball. Here you go. I'm like, bro, like he was looking like he was handing the ball off to Saquon Barkley, bro. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Shout out Jalen Go
That was
Birds.
a football reference. Yo.
You know, I'm trying to diversify my portfolio. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I mean, I just think that we just ramped up the pressure a little bit, like on certain people, and that just fueled the drive, man. And when we just, when we ratchet it down like that, man, like that's when things get kind of ugly for people. And I think you see Duke in some of these games, man, they kind of like just break your spirit. Because these guys now, like, we really can't fucking score on them, man. Like, no matter what we do, they're just in our faces. We can't score on them. They don't know what to do, bro. They, like, have not figured out.
They can't even make the open ones.
Exactly. They can't make shots because they're rarely open. You know what I'm saying? They can't fucking pass the ball to their teammate because they're not open. You know what I mean? Unless you're Luka Bogovic. He was handing the ball to his teammate, Dame Summer. So, I don't know, bro. It was like we was playing 6-on-4 out there, bro. For real.
It was pretty nice. It certainly was. I will say that some of those open shots, it's like, when you brick a wide open shot in 2K and the broadcaster says, oh, maybe he was surprised at how wide open he was, and that's what caused him to miss. You know that?
Yeah.
I think that's what happened to the Heels a little bit.
Yeah, and I think
that's happened to everybody.
It's a little more pressure though too in those situations too, because it's like that if you miss this shot, these motherfuckers Duke is definitely going to get the rebound and they're running on you. So they're like, shit, I have to make it. Okay, too much pressure. I just missed it. You know what I'm saying? So like all those shots, they mean something, bro. Like when you play against Duke, because Duke could throw a mean run on you, bro. Like a mean run on you. It don't matter what team they're playing, the defense is going to hold. Our defense is going to hold. So if we're clicking on offense and you're not hitting shots, it's going to be a long night, bro. It's going to be a long night. And I think teams are really starting to understand that when they play Duke now. They like, we have to make shots, because if we don't make shots, obviously the object of the game is to make shots. But I'm saying, though, like if you miss a shot against Duke, it's just as bad as you fucking, giving up 2 points for them. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you can't score on them, bro. You can't score on them. So I'm like, fuck, man, we don't know what to do. And I think that shit, I think Hubert's hairline went back a little bit further, man. In the game.
He's a phenomenal coach. First,
bro, needs some hymns.
That I want to state that, but AC, I kind of agree with what Pop's saying that it's not like Duke played a phenomenal offensive game. We didn't. We shot 42% from the field, 31% from three, 53% from the line. It's not like we were great offensively. We weren't exactly efficient, but we had 18 offensive rebounds. And so that plays into as good a defense as we play. Offensive rebounding is part of defense as well, as far as I'm concerned. We're keeping away the ball from our opponent. Yeah. And so second chance points, transition points, all the other variables outside of field goal shooting percentage, we dominated that game. And to me, and the kind of the Pablo's point, like that just puts so much pressure on you to score against us, and it's not easy to score on us against as it is. So to me, it's just kind of like shit. Like, how do you beat this team? You have to shoot elite out of your pay grade.
Yeah, that's the deadliest part of this team, right? Is that you have to play a damn near perfect game to beat them. So good luck to you if you can do that, but most teams can't do that. So that's kind of what you're looking at. And one thing we haven't spoken about with this team yet tonight, and we have talked about in general though, is their maturity, man. Like this is just they're consistent. They're what poised. They do is just over and the same. They're going to give you the same, even if something that you're doing, like if you're stopping them for a second, like if you are lucky enough to figure out a way to slow down what they want to do, then there's a counter coming, and you know there's a counter coming, and they're going to methodically just break you down until it gets there, and that's so difficult to deal with, man. That's so difficult to deal with. And we've won games in every fashion this year, like with Pat, without Pat, with this player, without that player, like different guys in the lineup, different guys contributing in different ways. So no, like our season is not over because these guys are out. But
down big in the first half, come back, double digit, up a ton, closing
Didn't
out.
Pat miss a game this year anyway? Wasn't he out for one game this season? Or did he play every game?
Which one?
I thought he played every game.
Did Pat play every game, or did he miss a game?
Pat missed the Pitt game.
The Pitt game. That's
right. That's right. That's right. He did with a wrist injury.
Yeah, the wrist thing.
That's the one.
Yeah, man. I think John has talked the last year and a half to 2 years on him valuing versatility, and it's easy to just think that what he means is positionless basketball where everybody's over 6'5" and can guard multiple positions. And I think that's part of it. I think what it also is John has recruited and developed an IQ amongst the play, a collective IQ amongst the players on every player up and down the roster, such that anytime, like it's hard to do in-game adjustments, not just from a coaching perspective, but from an execution perspective. Like it's hard to do one thing, to come in with a game plan, and then all of a sudden, okay, now we're taking away the middle pass here. So that's what's going to like, and how does that like then domino into everybody else's roles and responsibilities? If we're saying, hey, we're going to like what they did. They disrupted their entire offense. That's always been about ball movement. They went matchup hunting. They said, Cam, take the basketball, bring the basketball up, and we're gonna pick and roll until we get the matchup that you want, and then you're getting downhill every time. And they did it for like 4 or 5 straight minutes. That was the Duke offense. It wasn't ball movement. It wasn't blocker mover. It wasn't slipping balls. It was all, let me just go and get you and give you 30. And if you double, we're gonna take, and a smart thing that John did schematically was, in the first game, you noticed, and even a little bit in the first half, I think Cam's only turnover was when Seth Trimble on the backside of the defense would be able to pick off that pass, that skip pass that he would like to throw. So what he did was they flashed Malik to the elbow, and then he just would do a hard dive to the rim. And so when they got that double team, that occupied the backside defender. And now all of a sudden you have that skip pass open, right? Like small adjustments, but what does that do? Like how many decisions have to be made from an execution perspective to know exactly the timing of that, when to do that, and how to do it effectively so that you can maximize on that. And yes, Duke didn't shoot but 31% from 3, but it wasn't for lack of great shots, because Duke generated great shots whenever they wanted. Huh?
What's up?
Oh, nothing. I'm listening, y'all. My bad. I didn't mute my shit. My fault.
It's all good. And so I think, that's a credit to Scheyer. That's a credit to every player.
Here's the newest Duke fan.
Yeah.
Let's go, Duke.
We're back to a family podcast.
That's right.
Family pod. Safe space pod.
Let's go.
The babies is here. But yeah, it's versatility of mindset. It's versatility of being able to be adaptable within the context of the game. It's versatility in execution styles, defense, offense. It's an amazing job by John to not just recruit the right players and maintain the right players, but also to drive home how to adjust in mid game, which is something that a lot of teams can't do from the coaching staff or the players' perspective.
Yeah, we're so good that Pobbs is bringing in the newest recruits here for the class of 2058.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's too much cuteness there. But I agree, DH, that one of the things that I definitely wanted to bring up was exactly what you said, which was when we actually need a bucket, and was like, all right, look, go get me a bucket, Cam. He doesn't. He's so versatile and he's so good at creating for others and playing within the game. Letting the game come to him, it's like I'm not saying he forgets, but he's like, we almost forget as fans and like, hey, if we need you to go get me a bucket, okay, no problem, I'll go get you a bucket. If I need you to go do a full, across the court pass to the corner to Dominic Sar, I'll do that.
Yeah.
If I need to throw a 3/4 court length court pass to a streaking Isaiah or a streaking Caden or a streaking Dame or whoever, I can do that. Like, just whatever you need, you tell me. But I'm still going to go get my 20, 15, 5, 2, like whatever. AC, before we started recording, I'm not saying it's going to pain my heart, but like it's just like it's something that I have to kind of come to grips with. He just may be. He may be the best freshman we've ever seen in a Duke uniform, which is almost crazy and sacrilegious to say after what we've watched over the last 5, 6, 7, 10 years. But he does it in such a way that you don't even realize what he's doing. It's unreal what he's doing.
I'll go one further and say he's one of the best players we've ever had in Duke. Like,
no question. There's no question.
I don't think we need to put the freshman qualifier in there anymore with him. Yes, we're only going to have him for a freshman season, so we can't compare his career to Christian Laettner's. However, what he's doing on the floor,
Christian Laettner.
Yeah, what he's doing on the floor has never been done by anybody in college basketball, not just at Duke.
Right, that's true.
14 points a game, or getting at least 14 points. What is it? 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Yeah.
Every game.
That's his worst game. Literally, his worst game.
That's all you got to do. She's got to hold him to that.
That's all you got to do.
Are we talking about impact? Are we talking about impact wise?
I think that's
everything, all encompassing.
I don't think he's the best, but I would say his impact has been greater than any freshman we probably ever had, for sure.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to argue it at this point. It's hard to argue it.
He's going to be National Player of the Year. He was ACC Player of the Year.
Unanimously.
It's not as intimidating.
One vote shy of unanimously.
No, I'm talking about for National Player.
He better be.
Yeah.
It's not as flashy as Kyrie. It's not right. It's not right. It's not as. I don't know. It's just he makes it look too easy. He makes it look
comparable. I think it's comparable to what Cooper Flagg did, for sure. I think it looks a lot closer to Cooper Flagg than it does with all the other dominant players that we had. And I just saying like Cooper Flagg was more impact, like all around the court, defense. That's where he impacted at. Cam impacts everything, every stat, everything. Like literally everything in the box score that they chart, and even the things that they don't chart in the box score. You know what I'm saying? Like he can score 14 and 12, and Duke can win.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like easily, because he's gonna have 7 assists. You know what I mean? He's gonna have a block or 2. You know what I mean? He's gonna play good defense. He's gonna facilitate. He's gonna make plays. Like hockey assist type plays. Like he'll pass the ball to somebody that's wide open. They don't fucking make the shot. We just happen to get the rebound. Boom, go back up 2 points type shit. Skip here, skip there, hockey assist. It's stuff like that just don't show up in the stats, man. Like this kid is, and the way he
this too, Pablo. Like I think it's not. It's also timeliness, right? I mean, I think like it's like as an example. I'm gonna do a be in a tangent. I'll come back. Like the fact that Isaiah didn't necessarily play well, but his threes on Saturday were really really loud because of the timing of it.
Sure.
And I think Cam has that knack as well. Like he could in those moments that Pablo was talking about. That skip pass can be with 3 minutes to go and we're up 7. And now it's the opportunity to right before the under 4 timeout to try to get some momentum back because the other team is on a 6-0 run. And he just breaks your heart by getting an offensive rebound and a putback after having, a relatively inefficient game. And that's his like 15th or 17th point because he's also gotten 8 free throws and gotten three fouls on your big. Like it's those moments to Pablo's point. I think that's also really important as far as impact. It's not just what you do, it's when you do it.
And can I also point out that his worst game, the worst game that Cam had, we won 100-42.
What? But because I think he had like 14, 12, and 7 in that game.
It was 14, 5, and 2. Like that's the thing. His no player has had 14, 5, and 2 the entire season. Yeah, that was Niagara, and it's like come on, man. Like it's not like 14, 5, and 2.
25 minutes.
He played 21 minutes. So
exhibition.
There you go. Right?
The only thing that he hasn't done, AC, is have a triple-double. And I'm not even sure it's his fault.
Right.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Not in the college game. The pace is too slow.
And like we had one with RJ, like people have done it. It's just it's hard to do.
RJ.
If anybody could do it, he was close, man. Like he had a couple opportunities at it. I mean, he had the game where he had the 9 assists, but he only had 5 rebounds or whatever. Yeah.
And I'll go even further with it, and I'll say that John Scheyer has put this kid in such a great position to succeed. It's amazing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm talking about just schematically what he's drawing up, like in the offense or whatever, where he's putting him out on defense. You know what I mean? The way he's empowering him, the way he brought him in, like everything he's done with that kid has made that kid even better than what he already was. You know what I'm saying? We already knew what he was like coming in. We knew what we were going to get, right? We thought we were going to get, okay, Paolo or whatever, but he's like Paolo on steroids.
Yeah.
Mixed with a little Zion, you know what I'm saying? Mixed with a little Cooper Flag, you know what I mean? So it's this is different, bro. This is different, bro. And it don't have to be like a whole session that we just like praise him, but we gonna praise him. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say something crazy. I'm gonna say something crazy. He might be up there with Anthony Davis for the best freshman season ever.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I think the only difference is the defense is the only difference, but that's not to say Cam Boozer isn't a defensive player.
AD was less of a scorer, could not facilitate at all. He was about as good as when it comes to rebounding. He was just significantly better at the defensive counting stats.
And I think AD's ultimately AD's season is going to end up. It's going to end up better, but I mean statistically, it's not better statistically. It's just impact wise. AD had a crazy impact on him.
That team went 38-2. If Duke goes 38-2 and wins the title, with Cam doing stuff like that, we might have to have the conversation.
I don't think it's a bad conversation to have.
Because I mean, I think about like where over the course of the offseason, there was a lot of conversation around Cam Boozer being better than the staff even thought that he was going to be on the walk-in, right? But like small things like when you give Cam Boozer the basketball on the block and the scout is you double him on the spin move, he started to invert, like to reverse pivot now. So his counter is that like and that was like 3 or 4 plays that I saw on Saturday where like Henry would try to shade his left shoulder and he just reverse pivoted and just like went around him. Like so it's small things within the context of the game. You're like, oh, this dude, that wasn't happening in November. That wasn't happening in December. That was a turnover. And I think that again, like that's coaching, that's development, that's Evan Brads, that's Dildy, that's Scheyer,
I think this motherfucker, I think you be reading my mind sometimes or reading my notes and shit. Because I was going to say, straight up, bro, I think you see a heavy influence of Evan Brads, you know what I'm saying, in this offense. Like, you see it. And that's shout out to him, but shout out to Kent, shout out to the teammates, bro. Shout out to all the Booz's teammates, bro, letting him do his thing. But it's easy to play with somebody like Booz, though. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're in the right position, you're going to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you're doing the right things on the court, you're gonna get the ball. It's easy to play with somebody like that,
it
opposed
was the
to
same
if you're
thing
just
with Coop,
throwing
right?
it down and it's a black hole and you don't know if you ever gonna get the motherfucker back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Duke's movement, their cutting, and everything else. Everybody is doing what they're supposed to do, but they're doing it with a purpose, though. You know, every cut they make, you know what I'm saying? Everything they do on the court is on purpose and it's for a purpose, you know what I'm saying? And it's all tactical, bro. And I'm like, man, they drew it. John is in his bag with that clip. That clipboard is on. I don't know how he even holding it. That motherfucker be on fire. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how he's holding that motherfucker, bro.
I feel like
you know
Cam's game is absolutely tailor-made for the motion offense that it's
Oh,
just been
for
a
sure.
staple of Duke since K
For
got
sure.
there in 1980. And
Good point.
it's
It's a really good point.
It's perfect, and it's something we're going to see a lot with him at the next level too. A lot of motion in the NBA.
Oh, facts.
It's going to be so fun to watch him for like the next 20 years.
Yeah, I might start watching the NBA again. Shit. Real rap, because we putting them out, bro. We putting them
it's
out.
like watching Duke games at this point.
Yeah, we got another demon coming in next year. I was about to say next month.
Another couple.
Next demon.
Matter of fact.
Another 3 of them, another 4 of them demons, you know what I'm saying, coming through them Blue Devils, man. It's good to be a Duke fan, man, for real. I just feel sorry for everybody else. Everybody else who's cheering for all these other teams and shit. Like, how do y'all do that, bro? Like, I don't know how you do that, bro. Like, I really don't. You know what I mean? It must be difficult for you guys, because I know every time we get a recruit, every time something positive, every win and everything, I just see the timeline, bro. People hate
every
me.
award
Scheyer
season.
this, Duke that, Duke this. I'm like, man, all that dick eating y'all be doing. I'm like, damn, y'all not full. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro.
Y'all not full.
As a Duke football fan, I do know how it feels to be on the other side of it, but I'm very happy not to be.
That's why I don't watch football.
I'm happy to be on this side of it during basketball season.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with no football, but nah, man, I don't know, man. I love y'all boys, man. Y'all,
of course,
y'all have been a bright spot in my life, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro. And it's like, bro, being a Duke fan is like, I just love
heaven on earth, man.
I just love going to people's chats and discords and private messages and seeing what they're writing, and they just be in there eating each other alive, bro. Pause. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, y'all mad because your program is ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just be
Kate Tyson,
bro. This is getting past Kate Tyson. This on some like Magic City strip club, Atlanta strip club type ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of ass, Jack. You know what I'm saying? Up in Magic City, bro. I'm just saying, bro. So,
I've never been to Atlanta, so
man. This shit is I can't even. Jack, if you went to Magic City, boy, let me let this go, bro.
Might be time for a field trip.
Yeah. Might be time for a field trip. Let me let it go, bro.
Back in Jack's day.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just coming out of church, bro, and I'm talking about Magic City. I'm tripping.
Back in Jack's day, they called it Gentleman's Club.
Yeah, for real.
All right,
a speakeasy, if you will.
Moving slightly along here. The season was magic. That is what the season
it really
was.
has been.
But we obviously have the ACC tournament coming up, and I actually really want to get your guys' perspective on this. I've spent a lot of time over the last 48 hours thinking about this. I don't think that we're going to go in there trying to lose, but I don't think that we're going to go in there necessarily going all out to win. And I think a lot of that is that we have 7 players. We're not trying to get anybody hurt. We're not trying to do anything crazy. So I think that when the game starts, we're gonna do our best. But if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Like, I just don't think that we're gonna put everything we have into winning the ACC tournament. That's my personal opinion on this thing. AC, I don't know if you want to.
Fuck all that. We winning.
That's why I went to AC on this one. That's why I went to AC.
Fuck what AC talking about. I'm telling you, we win. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's true, Pop. I just think that, like, John has bigger aspirations right now. Like,
I think the aspirations are bigger.
We know that
pause. You know what I'm saying? But I think
we know we're the best team in the country, right? We know that we're the best team in the ACC. We've already proven it. We know what we did. We're at 7 players right now. But we're not going to play Pat. Obviously, Caleb's out. There's no need to go all in on winning the ACC tournament when we have bigger things.
I don't think there's no reason to go
on the
all in
horizon.
either. But I think once that ball tips, pause, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was wild. That was
And
wild.
I purposely avoided using that because I almost did.
Yeah. Well, I had to use the analogy for you. You know what I'm saying? But once the
you
basketball
church,
goes
man.
in the
You're a little
air,
rusty.
you know, once the basketball goes in the air and the two players jump the ball for it, and it goes to either side and they take possession of the ball, pause. I think that as a competitor, it's just gonna open everything up, and then it's gonna be like, you know what, fuck these dudes, we about to win. You know what I'm saying? But I think you're kind of right though. I don't think it's gonna be like I don't know the right word. I don't even know what the word to use. Fuck it, we gonna win. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? We winning, straight up.
Yeah, I think I understand what TK's point is, right? Which is the priority, as John has said specifically, is the NCAA tournament is the priority, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in that infers the fact that the ACC tournament is less of a priority for this team as far as at least the personnel decisions. I don't think any of us are making the argument that John is not obsessive about winning. I don't think any of us are saying that, but what I do think is a fair point is that if it comes down between making a decision that is to that will set Duke back from their pursuit of a national championship, or or putting themselves in difficult positions just to win an ACC championship, I don't think Scheyer's going to make that decision. I think he's already kind of said that and done that by saying, "Yo, it's highly unlikely that we're going to see either of these dudes in the ACC tournament," right? And so if that's the case, I think. But that being said, all 7 of those dudes are going to be playing their behinds off to get a win, which I think is the Pablo's point, right? Like all 7 guys that we have available are going to commit all of their energy into trying to get another banner on Saturday. So I think the truth is probably somewhere in the middle.
I don't disagree with that, and that's why I kind of wrestled with it. AC, like I kept going between, we're going to try to win this thing, or the common sense of me trying to say I don't think that we put everything into winning the ACC tournament.
Right.
Honestly, when the game begins and we have to play a game in between the lines, we say, all right, well, we're just going to give it our all.
Let me ask you a question, TK.
Yeah.
So you said you wanted to wrestle with it, and it's somewhere in the middle. Just curious, what did you mean by that?
I'm glad that you asked that, Pops.
Okay.
There are 2 different thoughts in my head of how we're going to play or attempt to play the different games within the ACC tournament.
I'm gonna just say, because you tried to get to me 3 times now, and it hasn't worked.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, fuck AC.
Man,
nah,
if we were selling out for an ACC championship, then Pat would be playing. Like, bottom line, Caleb couldn't play for obvious reasons. Pat would be playing if we were selling out for a tournament title. We're not doing that. However, you have 5 guys who returned from a team last year that lost Cooper Flag in the ACC tournament, and they used that as a rallying point to win the whole damn thing. I don't see how you tell those same guys this time around, all right, fellas, just take it easy because we're not gonna win this thing. That's not the conversation that's happening. I think people act like it's hard to just like coach a team to just be like, all right, play so you don't get hurt. Like, what does that mean? Cooper Flag got hurt on a useless rebound in the beginning of a game. Like, didn't come down on anybody's foot or anything and twisted his ankle. You know what I mean? Like, you can't play for no injuries. It's an impossibility to do that. So do you sell out and give teams your entire playbook that you plan to use without Patton and Caleb? No, I don't think you necessarily do that in the ACC tournament. Do you run enough plays to win enough games to hoist a trophy? Yes, you do that. But you don't give the entire world your playbook. If you are going to be without Pat and Caleb in the NCAA tournament at all, you don't give that away in the ACC tournament, but at the same time, you still utilize the things that you've done all season without these guys in the lineup to try to win the game with 7. Like, you do what you got to do.
Yeah,
if we all foul out, then I think then that happens. You know what I mean? Like, it's part of the game.
I think that was my point. Honestly, is the latter part of what you just said, AC, which is I just don't think that we're going to show enough to. I don't want to use the analogy we're just going to roll it out there and see what happens, but I kind of feel like it's going to be more of that than showing all of our cards with, okay, here are the 7 guys we have, and here's what we've been practicing behind closed doors. Right. I just don't think we're going to do that. If we win, we win. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't think we're going out there trying to lose, but I don't think we're going to show all our cards to try to go out all out to try to win. And that's just my personal opinion on it. Like, I hope we win.
We wouldn't have done that if we had all the guys available. That's the thing. Like, we're not going to do anything different than we've done all season. We weren't going to go into the ACC tournament with the 9 healthy players and be like, you know exactly what we're going to do now. Here it is. We were going to play the games the way we've played the games the last 2 months in the ACC, where we just demolished
and that was
everybody.
Good enough to win it anyway.
Right. Yep. So, is it going to be a little tougher this time? Sure. Are the margins of error definitely, a lot thinner? Absolutely. But no, it's not a. This is not a UNC Roy Williams. Okay, I'm just not gonna play, and you guys are gonna lose in the second round of the ACC tournament you play, and I'm cool with that. It's not gonna be one of those situations. It's gonna be, here's how we win this tournament. This is how we're going to go about winning this tournament this week. This is this week of preparation. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But they're gonna keep a few things for next week's practices going into the NCAA tournament and the practices subsequent after that.
Yeah, Jack, we haven't gotten to you here in a minute, so want to kind of have you break down the bracket. And honestly, just start, where I don't really give a shit what happens with Clemson and to be named later.
I mean, this is I have a little spreadsheet here. Yeah. It has different tabs for everyone if we do want to do predictions.
I love this so much. There's a whole website for this bracket. Here you go with macros.
I'm just a nerd. Who loves basketball? What can I say?
This is fire.
All right. I think we get Florida State.
All right.
That's going to be an interesting game.
Florida State scored. So.
I honestly, I think we get either one.
That's gonna be
I think you're right about Florida State, actually, Jack. I think you're right about Florida State.
Florida State is tough.
They're both good teams.
Motherfuckers is ass.
So looking through
straight up buns.
I'm sorry, AC.
Yeah.
Capel's just gonna not even care, and I'm gonna give it to SMU because they're the better team. But and then this is supposed to just be blank. I don't know why it's doing that, but
that's hilarious.
You gotta wait.
Automatic assumption.
No,
no, that the
it just did that itself.
Yeah,
that's my fault.
I do have State winning this one. I do not believe in Louisville this year. I think they're going to lose their first game.
They're struggling.
And SMU, I mean, we've seen what SMU can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then BJ Edwards is going to lock up. He's going to lock up Michael Brown.
I can see SMU beating Miami.
Ooh, hell no.
I'm serious.
I mean, I have Duke running the table. It should be obvious to everyone. I think that without Wilson, I think I know that some of our fans will be disappointed to see this, but I think without Wilson, I think Clemson's the better team. And yes, I know that they just.
You say Clemson?
Clemson's better if they're not playing in the Dean Dome. I think we all know
too.
that.
I know they just played in the Dean Dome, but that was in the Dean Dome, where Carolina has an absurd edge in certain departments.
Hey, yo.
Foul differential.
Fouls.
That was wild.
Fouls.
I'm going to say State over UVA.
No way, dude. State?
Why not? Will Wade. Prove me right, Will Wade.
They're gonna be playing. They're gonna be playing. They're gonna be playing with some heart, I think. So I'm not mad at that.
Give me Jay Lucas.
And but the way they shoot
the
three,
they play with all heart, no brains.
Ain't no way they're beating UVA, dog. There's no way they're beating UVA.
This is just me. You can have different opinions.
No, I got give
me the top 2 on Duke's bench last year in a matchup for the championship. Duke and Miami have not played this year. It'll be really fun, and Duke wins the ACC. That's my take.
All right. What do you got?
Let's go DH.
I mean, I got Duke winning the whole thing. I can see.
Excuse the fact that there are no lines. I forgot to copy those.
Yeah, no, it's all good. You can just go ahead and put Duke at the end of it because like I really couldn't care less about the rest of it. Like I think I think that I mean I do also think it'll be Duke and Miami at the end. I think that that game will be very interesting. Like the Renault versus Cam Boozer is going to be box office in my opinion.
Body.
I mean, I think that Cam is going to eat his breakfast and lunch, but I think it'll be interesting. I do think it'll be interesting to see Duke versus probably Clemson if I had to guess in that quarterfinal round, just because of Clemson's height, like they have. That's a semi. Oh yeah, semi. Yeah, right, semi. They have they have the size on the interior pause to like cause Duke some problems. I think so that'll be an interesting way to see how like Duke adjusts. But they also have such a decentralized offense that I think it'll be easier for Duke to kind of defend them just because they don't have a guy. And so I guess for the sake of this, I got UVA in the semis here. And I can see Duke and Miami there, and then I think Duke will end up winning. I really couldn't care less about the first and second round joints for real.
All right. Well, I'll go because I'll be the Debbie Downer here. I think that it'll be UVA and Clemson in the championship. I just don't think that we're going to go all out to win this thing, and I think Clemson has enough to find a way to win. And I think that UVA is going to end up kind of being gifted the ACC tournament championship. So I'll be the Debbie Downer here. I'll predict that loss. Pob, what do you got?
Dog, I don't even give a fuck. We gonna win.
Right.
Straight up. I don't care. However you want to do the bracket, you can flip it around, turn it upside down. You can play the games in reverse. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Relax. You know what I'm saying? You could do whatever you need to do. That was a reach. Y'all reaching right
That's
now.
That's a reach.
Y'all can do whatever y'all need to do. Motherfucking bracket, smack it, Duke and fucking Duke by 30. Straight up. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how y'all
bracket, smack it, Duke by 30. It's gonna be on the next piece of merch.
Straight up.
That's fantastic.
That's fire right there. That was off the top too.
Someone call DC right
That's
now.
fire.
That was a freestyle. That was a freestyle. You know, had to bless y'all with them bars real quick, but nah, I mean, Duke gonna win. I mean, just period. I don't even care what no other team is doing, what they talking about. I don't even give a fuck if they show up. It don't even matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all not gonna win. Duke got it. We straight. Going into the tournament.
Yeah, I don't care about the rest of the early games. Give me a final. The final four of the ACC championship is going to be Duke, UNC, UVA, and Miami. They are obviously
the quarterfinals.
I am. They're like this era of basketball right now is super chalk. Like it just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not remember State 2 years ago winning 5 games in 5 days?
That was 2 years ago. That's a different world.
DJ Burns.
That's a different
DJ
world.
Horn.
You just served me my hamburger.
That run. I went to the tournament. I went to the entire ACC tournament that year. That run.
That's funny.
With the exception of the game against Duke, their entire run was so ridiculously fun to watch because it started in the general admission seats where I got there early enough that I was sitting in like the second row, on the lower level. And I'm like telling my dad who I'm there with, I'm like, yeah, Kevin Keys is going to get fired once they lose.
Mm-hmm.
And then they won the ACC, which guaranteed his contract for another like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went to the Final Four.
And then they fired.
His hairline got fired before he did.
His hairline got fired like 30 years ago, Pops.
Real fast.
Anyway, if this is the Final Four, we're giving it's Duke UVA at the end, and Duke's beating UVA. Like,
damn right.
They can say what they want about UVA, and we beat them by 26, and people are trying to make a case that they could have won the game. Like, shut up.
They could not have won the game. I was at the game. They could
at
not
what
have won the
point could
game.
they have won the game? I'm curious.
Just stop being dumb.
Isaiah
Like,
Evans was. Oh my god.
Just stop.
At
that
what
was an
point
off
could they win
game
the
for
game?
Cam. That was an off game for Cam.
It was.
Yeah, either way, that's how it ends up. Duke's gonna win this thing, They have enough. Again, like I said, you have 5 players from the team that did it last year without Cooper Flag. We're not missing Cooper Flag right now, so
we are missing Cooper Flag, but in a different way.
Dame is
going to be good, y'all.
Caden's going to be fine. Dame is going to have an exceptional tournament. Like, the tournament is built for what Dame does, like defensively and everything else. The exciting plays, the momentum runs he puts Duke on. It's single-handedly. You've seen it now the past month. Like, yes, we're not going to draw up every play the way we would draw it up in a national championship game, but Duke's 75% is better than everybody else's 100. So Duke wins it all. There's no doubt in my mind about that. If we don't, it's literally because Cam fouls out, Dame fouls out, and Malik fouls out in the same game. And we still might win that game.
Because Jack Scott is going to go through the waves.
We can finish the game with 4 players. I think we win.
Hell yeah.
Jack Scott with the East Bay on the interwebs.
Hell yeah, we'd be looking at that year that Alabama had I think it was 3 guys. They was playing 3-on-5.
Yeah, they put 3 on 5.
that was
and they almost fucking won.
That's
when they had Colin Sexton, the young bull, and they almost won.
That was insane. They moved up in the AP poll after that loss.
They should have fired the coach.
I would have cussed the coach out if I was one of the walk-ons on the team. I would have cussed the coach out. I would have cussed Nate Oates out. Like, why you not?
It was Avery Johnson. Timeout.
Sorry,
Avery Johnson. 2 things. First one is it was Avery Johnson. The second thing is all the walk-ons were tossed.
I thought they had a couple left on the bench.
No,
I think they had like a brawl or something. It was like nobody left on the bench.
They only had 3 players because everyone else was ejected.
I thought they had 2 walk-ons on the bench, but
no. If you have guys available, you have to play 5.
Gotcha.
We're gonna play 7. We're
Yes,
gonna play 7, and that's what we're rolling with in the ACC tournament. Nevertheless, Duke is 29-2, the number 1 team in the country. We will be, no matter what happens in the ACC tournament, we will be the number 1 overall. We are the best team in the country. However, John wants to play, I roll with it.
Duke, motherfuckers.
But the national coach of the year, he will be that. Spoiler alert. Cam, obviously you already know he's the player of the year. ACC Rookie of the Year. ACC Player of the Year. Malik, 6th Man of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year. Dame could have been the co-defensive Player of the Year.
Dame was 2nd.
I'm telling you, this team is stacked. Prayers up for my main man, Taylor Foster. We love you. And we're winning this whole thing for you. We will be back with our Selection Sunday podcast.
TK, we're going to be back before that. We're going to be live after the ACC tournament games.
Live for the tournament games. You already heard it. Jack, tell everybody where they can find us. Give them the schedule, Jack.
Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. You guys can find us Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon, free Patreon and a premium Patreon. Email 5pointplaypodcast@gmail.com. Our Patreon, both the free and the paid tiers, offer access to a Discord, different levels of our Discord. Highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. You guys can find me, AC, and potentially other members of our show post-game after every Duke ACC tournament game. I cannot promise I will be there for every single one. I can promise that there will be a show after every single one.
And if you trash. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
You're good. You will also see us.
I was ready to fight tonight.
You will see us and some guests on Selection Sunday live during the show. Let's go, Duke.
Duke, motherfuckers.
And if you talk trash about Duke, you might find me with your mom. No, I'm just playing.